Justin Lucas Savage at Backcountry Treks, and I've got a comparison today. I have on one hand the Spot Gen 3, and on the other hand I have by Delorme the inReach Explorer. Both of these guys make a couple of different options, you know, if you're looking for something that doesn't do all of this, you can go down on both of these in different levels. But I want to compare and contrast these. I've done reviews on both of these. Links are down below, so look underneath the video here on the blog post or YouTube, wherever you're watching this, and you can find links to the reviews on each of these. This video is and I go very much in depth on both of those, by the way. In this video today, I'm specifically going to be talking about the differences and why I would use one over the other. So I do a lot of motorcycle adventuring. I'm in the mountains of Colorado. I do a lot of hiking, climbing, and almost all of the time when I'm out on those adventures, I'm in a no-service zone. So my cell phone is basically completely useless. Maybe I might be able to get a map on that. But if I need to communicate, if something happens and I need rescue, both of these are going to do this amazingly well. Again, I'm going to talk about the differences between these. First one, batteries and battery life. I think battery life, I think they're pretty close. Honestly, I didn't really even get into battery life because it's not an issue. The Spot says that this is going to go for like 50 days if you take away a lot of the options and stuff. You're transmitting 24 hours a day. It's running, but you're transmitting all the way back to, I think, once an hour. You're just sending out one thing, and with a clear sky and this pointed up. So best case scenario, you've got like 50 days with a 50% coverage in the sky with trees and that sort of thing. You're going to get like 24 days or something. So battery life in both of these is really good. The back pops off and the Spot runs in 4 AAA batteries. You can put rechargeable batteries in of your own and recharge that through the back panel here. It has a little thing that pops off. The Delorme inReach only has a panel that pops off, and it's only a rechargeable battery. I actually prefer that because these days I don't travel around with batteries anymore. I have solar panels that might charge during the day. I might charge a backup battery into the bike during the day. So at night I can charge both of these things. I'm not running them off of a solar panel during the day. I'm almost always running a backup battery or remote battery that's charging from the solar panel, and that at night I'm going to recharge either the intercom in my headset, maybe my phone for maps, recharging these. I have water purifiers that are rechargeable, lots of things that I'm going to do that, and it's a lot easier these days to just recharge this at the end of the day than it is to pop in batteries and have to find them and carry batteries and stuff. So I think, you know, I like the inReach because I don't have to worry about the batteries, and it's just there. The tracking on the Spot goes down to 2.5 minutes, goes down to 2 minutes, and again it sends out live signals of where you are when it gets a coverage with the sky and is able to send that, so people can check in on the map. The tracking here only goes up from the 2.5, it goes up to 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, and 60 minutes. This inReach is 2, 5, 10, 20, 30, 60, 2 hours, and 4 hours. So you have a lot more options on that. What's really cool about the inReach is that if you don't want to pay for that transmitting, you can just log it. So it logs it to the internal memory, and then when you connect it to a computer, it will download it. And you can create the same map without paying for that. Logging options are 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or off. If you turn it off, that saves the battery. Okay, really big important feature that I want to talk about to compare these is the map. So if you're going to share out your location or even the map after the fact with people, inReach wins in this department, and I'll tell you why. The Spot, when I first started tracking this, my wife said, "Oh, I thought you were still like 30 minutes from home." When I finally walked in the door, she wasn't ready for me at all. I don't know if that's good or bad, but and so I looked up on the map and it said I was still 30 minutes from home, even though I just pulled in the door. After talking with customer support, and that is the only way I figured this out because it's really sort of hidden, It plots out 25 points, all on a grid in a line right below the map at the top. You have to scroll to the bottom, go to the next page, it will show you the next 25 points, then you have to select all those points, and then another button to actually map them out on the map to get the next ones. So it doesn't show you that whole map all on one page. So a little deceiving. I'm not sure why they do that. Honestly, I can't think of a good reason. I would really like to see that all on one page, because you don't want to have to tell people when you're giving them that live map, hey, there's another page, so make sure you update. That's really, you're only going to run into that if you're down in the lower level, like 2.5 minute tracking for the extreme, maybe even the 5 minute. But I'm testing out all the features, so I've got everything turned way up. The inReach, no problem. I can turn on 3 days worth of points on a map. It'll plot all of them and show you where I've been. So the Delorme inReach works for that. It works really well for that. A lot of the buttons, the same thing. So you have essentially 3 custom messages here. The OK, which is a custom message, the custom message, which is a custom message, and then the help assist button, which is kind of hidden behind the door. That's to be used, only goes out to the friends that you program into there and different than the SOS. I have 3 messages pre-programmed into here that I can access through the menu. No charge to send those unlimited with the inReach Explorer as well. So I can go and select one, select who I wanted to send it to, and then send it. This will, both of them, by the way, will go to both email addresses and cell phone numbers. I like this because it's actually texted to a cell phone number with the inReach. This is emailed to a cell phone number. So you have to ask somebody, or in Verizon or AT&T, T-Mobile, and select that from the drop-down when you put their phone number in there, and then it will convert that to Verizon, for instance, is at vtext.com. So it's my phone number at vtext.com, and it does a conversion. I had a big problem getting that to work, and found out through a lot of forums, tech support could not help me with that. We spent a couple days on that, and I found that in my own, in one of the spot forums, that the tech support was not responding to. Instead, I changed it to, I think it says customer other, and I did my phone number at vzwpix.com. And so that was the only way I could get the spot to work. This, again, the inReach Explorer goes right to a phone number, so it's texted. It is not emailed. That is cool for this. You don't have to worry about it, it just goes. A little bit more expensive in the plan for this, but I think you're starting to see why. The interface is a lot better. You have a lot more features with this, which I'll get into here in a little bit. These custom messages, 160 characters with this. I believe we're limited to 41 with a spot. So for those longer messages, the inReach Explorer wins out. The plans are sort of the same, but not really. The spot's going to start at $15 a month. You have a 12-month contract with that, so you have to start it there. You can go month to month on the inReach, and it's about the same, a little more, a little less, depending on if you do an annual plan or if you do a month-to-month plan. And then there's some additional fees with that. Like if you do the month-to-month plan, every year you'll pay $25 a month for the option to do the month-to-month plan. So you can read about that on their website. All right, some of the really cool stuff. I can interact with my phone through Bluetooth. I can plan routes. I can create waypoints. I can navigate to a waypoint. I can do that through my phone, send the info to the inReach, and then navigate to it. So really cool if I'm away from my computer. I can't do that with the spot. I have to be on a computer to change all the settings and everything. All the settings and stuff, by the way, almost everything that you're going to want to change is in the menu of the inReach. So I can just unlock it, and I have 2 pages worth of stuff here where I can go into the menu and change all that stuff. So really cool feature on that. I mentioned route planning. Location pinging is another really cool thing. So if I don't want to transmit my location with this, where people can go and see it on a map, I can turn another feature on or off to put a feature on the map for anybody to be able to go there, so my wife can say, hey, where is he? He should have been home an hour ago. Go into my map on the website and hit a button, and it'll show her, it'll ping this. It's not instantaneous, but it'll ping it and come back and say, here's where Justin is. Trip stats. This also does trip stats. So at the end of your trip, you can see all of that stuff that you might want to see. Mileage, where you went, and it just gives you a rundown summary of all that. I'm not too concerned because I'm usually going to, even if I'm off the grid, I'm going to be using my cell phone for a lot of that stuff, either like with a Run Keeper or a Strava, or if I'm on the motorcycle on a Rever. So I can jump into those apps and do that. I also have a compass, altimeter, and accelerometer on this. And a lot of these features, by the way, if you go down one level from this one, you do not get. So this is the Explorer. The next and only other one down is the SE. Spot also has a number of other levels down that are used for a couple different options. So you can go to their website and do some research on that. I really like the Explorer. I think the Explorer by the inReach Explorer by Delorme wins out on a number of levels, and it's about twice as much. In fact, more than twice as much. This retails for about $380, so it's going to be more expensive. The Spot only retails for $150. If you're simply looking for a device to put in your pocket, carry around, and the only thing that you want to do is hit an SOS button, I would do the Spot, because you're going to save a lot of money and you don't need the features. It's a little bit bigger, thickness is a little bit more. You're going to spend a lot more money for the inReach. If you're just wanting the SOS button and maybe to be able to hit some of these other custom features but not use the tracking and all of that stuff, I think the inReach is great. Setup was a pain in the butt. It was very annoying and not very clear at all, very confusing. I didn't have any problems with the inReach. This one still to this day, I can sync it, install an update, unplug it, plug it back in 5 minutes later. It will tell me I need to install an update. Not sure what's going on there. Have not had any problems with the inReach Explorer. If you're looking for some of those other features, this is a really cool one. And honestly, I'm going to spend a little bit more than twice as much money on the inReach Explorer over the Spot to be able to have the two-way sending and receiving. So I can send a message that says I'm okay, and my wife or whoever receives that, or if I have it enabled, anybody can go to the website, type in their message, and hit send, even if I didn't send them a message. You can reply to a text message that I send to you. Just hit reply on your phone. You can reply to your email that you receive from this, and it will all come to here. That's a really cool feature, because if I'm out there for a couple days, I want to know if there's an emergency at home that I also need to come back for. So the plans are going to be about the same that you're going to pay with a monthly fee between the inReach Explorer and the Spot Gen 3, but this has two-way sending and receiving on those messages. For that reason, very specifically, I'm going to get this, or look at the inReach SE, which retails for I think about $250 or $240, which is just less than double what the Spot costs. So hands down, I think in my book, if you're looking for the two-way sending and receiving, the inReach Explorer or the inReach SE is what you want. If you're just looking for a smaller package that you can pull this back and hit the SOS button, the Spot Gen 3, in my opinion, wins that battle hands down. So that's a little bit of a comparison between those. Check out the links below the video here somewhere. You'll see very in-depth reviews on both of these, both a write-up as well as an in-depth video. I'm Justin Lucas Savage at Backcountry Treks.